Well, it was quite sad what happened today at the quarterfinals of the FIDE Online Olympiad 2020. India was taking on Armenia and it seemed like a lip smacking encounter. You see, the Indian team consisted of Anand, Vidit, Humpy, Harika, Nihal, and Vantika. So, this was our team going into the match, and for Armenia, it was Levon Aronian, Gabriel Sargisian, Elena Denelian, Lilith Makarchian, Haik Martirosyan, and Anna Sargisian. So it was a it was a great battle with well matched sides. And the match began, and it was very, very exciting as to what was going on. It so happened that Vishy Anand drew his game against Aronian, so the score was half-half. And then Harika managed to beat Lilith Makarchian in an equal position, so India took the lead 1.5-half. At that point, Anna Sargisian beat Vantika and leveled the scores 1.5-1.5. And then Vidit, who was under pressure, his opponent Gabriel Sargisian blundered a queen. So we went to 2.5-1.5 for Team India, and that's when the last two games were going on. Nihal Sarin was playing against Haik Martirosyan and Koneru Humpy against Elena Danelian. While Nihal was a pawn up, Humpy was a pawn down, so we didn't know what was happening, and all of a sudden we got the result that Nihal had won on time and that India had actually won the match 3.5-1.5. What big, it was such a great moment for us, because somewhere at that point we had nearly 40,000 people watching the match live, and we were so thrilled. I would just like to show you an excerpt from our commentary as to what was happening at that point.
ऐसे किंग को लेके आओ ये साइड से queen h3. It looks bad Samay. This position looks really bad, and Danilian is a very experienced player. She might just win this for Armenia, make it 3-3. But Nihal won!
Nihal won! Yes!
Nihal won on time.
Oh my god, amazing! Are you serious?
Unbelievable! India beats Armenia! India beats Armenia in match 1.
39,000
India in the chat, 39,000 people in the chat, guys. India has defeated Armenia on the game 1. Dosto, we have Vidit with the win, we have Harika with the win, we have Nihal with the win, we have Anand with the draw. So it's already 3.5, and no matter what the result of this game, we are winning, guys, the first match of the day.
So Nihal had won his game, and we had already won the match 3.5-1.5. Then Humpy lost her match, and the score became 3.5-2.5. It was a close match, but India had won it. And the next round's pairing also came out. At that point, only the one change in the pairing was Pragnananda was playing against Haik Martirosyan instead of Nihal Sarin. And we were excited for the second match, what would happen at that point. And the games weren't just starting. We waited and waited, but it did not start. Later on, we got to know that Armenia asked the arbiters to check, because Martirosyan's internet had not gone off. And so what was the issue? How did he lose on time? And the arbiters checked, and they said that there was no problem from the chess.com server side. But Armenia said that we have no issues of internet from our side. We are playing in one place together, and if Elena Danelian, who was playing against Humpy, also did not have issues, then how would Martirosyan have? But by that logic also, you can say the chess.com, if Danelian was playing, there were no issues in her game, then how was there issue in Haik Martirosyan's game? So you don't know what was the problem here exactly. Then an appeal was made to the appeals committee, and at that point the appeals committee is like a 5-member or a 6-member team which has been pre-decided before the tournament for any such appeals. They took the appeal, they reviewed it, and they said that we do not withhold this, and that India has won, and they have won the first match. So let's begin with the second match. But Armenia did not agree. They decided to actually quit the tournament at this point, which was a very, very surprising decision. And in fact, their captain Levon Aronian made a tweet saying, as a leader of 3 times Olympic champion, I feel very dissatisfied with FIDE's decision to reject our just appeal. In our match against India, Haik Martirosyan lost on time due to disconnection from chess.com. We proved that our connection was stable. And then he made another second tweet, and it was a problem access to chess.com, not on our side. All we asked for was to continue that game from the same position and same time. Is it too much to ask? So Levon Aronian and his team Armenia, they withdrew from the tournament. And at that point, FIDE made a tweet saying that following the disconnection of Haik Martirosyan in match 1 of the quarterfinal against India, Armenia filed an official appeal that was rejected by the appeals committee. Armenia defaulted match 2. As a result, India is through to the semi-finals. Quite a sad way to end things. We also had one of our players, Harika, who echoed that same sentiment. She said, good to qualify to the semi-finals of the FIDE Online Olympiad. It is very unfortunate that the circumstances under which it happened and not the way we would have liked to qualify. Armenia is a tough opponent and it would have been good to have another tough fight. Well, that's what Harika is. You know, she's a big fighter and she would always love a fight. In fact, all the Indian players would have loved the fight. But here, Armenia withdrew from the tournament. And that is how it ended. In fact, the final position in Nihal's game is not so clear. It is a draw, I think. But, you know, even though white has an extra pawn, it's not so easy to break through because these breaks are controlled. White has still some tricks. Maybe objectively it is a draw, but we could still play on. And Nihal could have tried something in this position. In the end, the time was up and India managed to win this game. So that way India has qualified to the semi-finals, and now we will meet the winner of the game, Azerbaijan versus Poland, which will take place shortly. Through to the semi-finals. Tomorrow India will play in the semi-finals, so join us rooting for Team India, and if we win, we will move into the finals. That would be amazing. Let's wait and watch for that. This is Sagar Shah signing off. Thank you all.